Do humans have multiple lives?
Acharya ji, Siddharth's question is, do humans have multiple lives?
At one time, we have one life, and birth and death. So, like day and night, these are cyclic events. The world is very, it just moves on. Nothing is their final end. It just goes on to the extent that even, so to say, the time ceases, but again, timeline is started off again. So there is nothing is absolute end. It just goes on. So what does that mean? That means just like day and night are cyclic, after today there will be tonight, then next morning, then next night. So it just happens one after another. So is true with our birth and death, is it not? So previously also one child has asked why death is there. Then we discussed it. If people get old and they don't die, that will also be a lot of pain and suffering, is it not? So in old age, the body is very, just like is very dependent. And if everybody becomes old, everybody becomes dependent on whom then? Then there will be a very chaotic situation. So this is a good thing. When my body is no more functioning properly, then I leave this body, and then some time later, few days or few weeks later, I am born again. So we have just now seen that pyramid. I was, as a human being, I am functioning in the fourth layer. If I make good use of it, I get another chance. I become a human being again until I can climb to the fifth layer. But suppose I misuse the human life, then I can even go down to the third layer, is it not? So, fourth layer is I have the freedom of the karma, but I am accountable by the law of karma. If I misuse the freedom, I did wrong things to others, then I that freedom is taken away for a while. Then next life may be that of an animal, is it not? But if I made good use of this freedom, then I will get another chance until I reach the apex, the fifth layer, is it not? So birth and death are cyclic. And if somebody asks you, why do you say that? Then there is a logical way to look at it. If you have a chance, like our Kashish had a chance when her younger sister arrived. So, when you have a younger sibling taking birth, then you will visit a hospital, particular ward called maternity ward, where a number of babies have been born, maybe the same day or one day before, is it not? And then you can ask doctor or anybody for that matter that all the newly born child have different characteristics. Sometimes there is a bad luck that a child is born with a deformed body or even with complications in its heart. A little baby, but the heart is not functioning well. Or there is some other problem. So suppose there are 10 children, 10 babies born in a particular hospital on a particular day. Some look good, most of them look good, but one or two of them may have some problems. Now the question arises, these little babies did do nothing wrong. Why are they facing this health related issue, this problem? They have done nothing wrong in this life, is it not? So the answer to that question is, from their previous life, they have brought their karma, so to say. That account is going on. So the law of karma is functioning based on the karma they did in the previous life. And in this life, we see the diversity. So diversity in the newborn babies is due to the karma in their previous life. That means we all had a previous life, is it not? And also there is another way to look at it, like even a mouse, if you see for an example, a mouse might not have seen a cat killing a mouse, is it not? But very instinctively, when a mouse sees a cat, it runs for its life, is it not? So that is an argument that we all have experienced death in previous life. That's why we are all fearful of death, is it not? So everybody, all human beings, all animals, birds, they are always fearful of death because in their previous life they have seen death, is it not? So this is some of the arguments that diversity among newly born babies and fear from death, all this point to something that we have experienced something in our previous life. And even the fact a little baby is able to drink, is able to consume mother's milk, then how did he learn that? You know, because that requires some, you have to pick up the nipple and apply some sort of a suction force, is it not? Nobody teaches the baby how to do it. So, these are certain things. Everybody knows it by naturally. This is something we have done in previous life. So that is a kind of proof. And of course, you know it among our Sanskriti school children. Certain children have certain kinds of talents, and some children have some other kinds of talents, is it not? So all these talents, they were they brought it from their previous life, is it not? So there are many things we bring from previous life. So we have previous life, this present life, and there will be the next life also. So this is an opportunity to improve upon things. Every day is new day, and every day I can do something better. That is what is the freedom all about.